So we're back, we're queuing for Stone Vigil, and while we wait I can explain the delay, the week delay in the episode. Basically, I've been having issues with playback during editing, so I was experimenting to fix that, and each experiment took ages to complete. Then I edited the video, and in the middle of editing I lost internet connection, and by the time that came back up and then I uploaded the video, there wasn't enough opportunity to be able to record the episodes before 5.1 came out, so I couldn't record an episode. And I'm pedantic, so I like it being odd even, and I didn't want it to end up putting that out of whack, so I just decided, yeah, we'll just skip a week. Oh yeah, that's right, I got that thing now. Ironic, 1 week out, and I'm kind of out of practice as tank and out of practice recording episodes. Oh, that's the change, I remember now. So there has been a change in 5.1 to tanks in general, so it's not specifically warriors, and it's just that Reprisal is now an AoE ability. So instead of it being single target, it'll do all nearby enemies, which is nice. Oh yeah, that thing. I completely forgot about that ability. That's alright. Pull this guy in. Come here. There we go. Now I don't want to go any further, because if we go around that corner, that dragon comes back. See, so they all got hit with Reprisal, as opposed to just one. Okay. Oh, so this is their first healer. Okay. I should probably be a bit more lenient with what I grab. I mean, first one on this character. could be an alternate character. Not that there's much of a use for those anymore. I think I mentioned in the past how desynthesis works, where you'd have to level it up for each class. Your desynth level would equate to the item level that you could desynth successfully, 100% or whatever. Well, they changed it, and you used to have realistically only be able to max level 3 classes before you hit a cap. Well, they changed it, so you have access to all desynth, like desynth on all characters, or all classes. So it's no longer necessary to have to level it individually, and it's always going to succeed, regardless. I mean, you will have to level individually. It's just that the desynth will succeed regardless, and you don't have like a maximum number of classes that you can max out effectively. If that doesn't make sense, it's probably because I'm trying to keep focus on the boss more than talk. But yeah, so they got rid of the cap, so you can max your desynth level on all characters, all classes, I mean. And the level doesn't dictate the item level you can desynth, it just dictates what item level you're likely to get like rare gear from. And back there, that boss has an ability called Swinge, I think it is. I can't remember the exact wording of it. And it's basically, I'm just going to attack these two. Basically, just don't stand in front of it. Otherwise, you'll get a face full of like pacify and stuff, and like a buttload of damage. Oh. Oh. Also, sorry if there's extra noise. I have the air conditioner on. It's too hot here at the moment not to. It's too hot in my neck of the woods anyway. And I'm pretty sure it's even raining outside, so that goes to show you. Oh, we leveled up as well. Nice. Yeah. You know what, let's grab the icicles that are going to be here. Pull them over this way. Oh wow, limit break's massive. I usually scale that down, so because I haven't been noticing it often, and I usually have it over here as well. Okay. Yep. Grab all these. On everything. Alright. Now to the right. Koshi. Yeah, so this one, you see the three cannons there. Basically, there's a dragon that descends, and it will descend in one of the three positions. And so it's up to like either the healer or the range DPS to just go interact with those cannons. See, like that. So they'll interact with the middle cannon. You shoot them and he'll bugger off. If you don't, he sits there and just pelts attacks down at the party. Kind of why I'm facing it away. The only trouble is this bit. I actually don't know how you're meant to contend with that. Maybe you pull them further away or something. That's the only mechanic I don't know how to contend with. Like, I've seen some tanks, I guess. I don't know who was actually like influencing it, but I've seen some tanks position in a way where those typhoons don't make it, and I'm gonna die. I think that's how I'm meant to use that ability. Brace yourself for an enemy onslaught, preventing most attacks from reducing your HP to less than 1. Probably should have used it then. Just limit break. Or not. Can I stun him? No. He's dead now. Well, that was interesting. We can probably pass on this. I agreed it earlier, because I was doing that for Desynth, but we don't need to do that for this character. You need to res. Well, actually, no, you shouldn't res. You should wait for them to, they should just go back to the start and make their way here. Because you get weakness. Whereas if you go back to the start, you don't get weakness, see? Granted, you have to make your way over here again, but... Ooh, why would... oh no, he's back. Let's go. See, the auto translate doesn't have a no worries. I need a no worries. Or not a problem. Oh no, I know. It's no, it doesn't even have it's okay. So annoying. Oh wow. I am not surviving this. You got there in the end? Is it my gear? Is that the problem? No, I'm at eye level 38. Come on. I'm gonna pull this guy in. Because I want this one. So we can kill this. The reason I'm doing that is there are more icicle things there. So I thought I'd ease things up for the healer. Okay. How are we doing? Alright, so that's the final boss there. Final boss is pretty straightforward. Just a bunch of dodging. You know what it is? I'm not using Storm Path enough. The Storm Path gives me some health back. And I mean, granted it's only 100, but it's nothing to scoff at. You know, it's a little bit extra. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship and only the airship. Cid, you and I will sneak around the Enterprise and prepare for it for launch. Scarlett, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? That settles it then. Cid, shall we? As you command. So you mean to select Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your precious primal conquests? Your previous primal conquests? A testament to the a testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the greater bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. Alphinaud, the dragon! Confound it all. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Alright, now I like to stand in these corners because, yeah, see, it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, something like that. Now I gotta move back. I should have moved away that way. The next time, don't go straight to the corner because it spawns this like these circle AoE things, and they do. They not only do damage, they put like a dot there, effectively. Damage over time. So ideally you want it like this. Like that. That thing that it just did under the dragon. It basically drops a couple of those. Oops, I buggered that up. He used Berserk way too early. See, so he drops these. So it's better to do that and then chill in the corner. So then you can just move like that. See, pretty easy. See the other one? See, and if you don't, you're all the way in the middle of there and you get hit by it 100%. Let's move over here because it lands on me. So. Oh, that must have been Limit Break 1. Not Limit Break 2. Alright, there we go. Now, right here. Good. I'll commend the healer. What is it? Pass. Hey, got a play commendation. Nice. Scarlett, are you alright? Speak to me. 12 be praised. I fear the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Jeez, thanks for the vote of confidence. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already, which reminds me, Cid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. What say you, Cid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let's return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs to be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. This is so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... it's no use. Let's go. How I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelvewood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See and had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Nice. History repeating. Mount speed increasing Corthus. Nice. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising. You did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seed Seers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one more moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benign realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert of the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Cid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees into matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. Seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Scarlett. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind aspect of Aether comprising Garuda's barrier into Aether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertient, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marquez met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupting crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that Paul Marquez was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Scarlett, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Cid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Okay, so back to Drybone, of all places. We've almost hit level 43 as well. Sadly, we don't get anything from that, just home gang thing. Which I'll probably keep there for now. So is he upstairs or inside? Let's say he's inside. There he is. Hello. Why yes, I'm Professor Lambertient. I don't know. Beg pardon, you wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow woman of science. Level up. So rare it is to find fellow intellectuals in this region. 'Tis even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit, to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you wish not to conduct field observations but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Egad, woman! At least take the necessary precautions so that you do not suffer from the exposure of its harmful energies. I'm beginning to wonder if you use sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is something enduring. If you bring me a suitable vessel, say a common clay pot, I shall coat it with an alchemic sealant of my own design. Simply store the crystal you seek with this pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. Where might you find a clay pot? Well, I'm hardly a merchant, but surely some fellow at the Golden Bazaar has some for sale. I don't know why I was reading him fast. It felt like he'd be going at his own pace. Now, Golden Bazaar is all the way up there. You get a pot, and you get a pot. Everyone gets a pot. Sorry. I get a bit carried away when disposing of old merchandise. Anyway, take my pot, please. What are you, bloody Oprah Winfrey or something? Let's teleport back. Fascinating. Even accounting for the usually strong aether currents in this region, the crystalline formations are... Oh, you've returned. Any luck finding a pot like I suggested? Well, this is indeed an unremarkable piece of rubbish, but for all purposes, our purposes, it shall suffice. Alright, we'll pop in one more. With a liberal application of my alchemical sealant, this excuse for earthenware will be reborn as a corrupted crystal containment device. Now observe as this scholar skillfully, almost dropped that, skillfully coats the interior of this pot just so. There it is, finished. You no longer need fear the crystal's transformative energies, though I suppose you'll be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, I would now have you take the warded pot to Sako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of aether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I'm not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I've chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. What have we here? A containment vessel. Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambernet. You thieving knave, I shall call thee for the... Oh wait, made especially for you by the man himself. Then he must have sought me out per his instruction, which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. Alright, we're going to leave it there. Alright, so we'll stop there. Next episode we'll continue with the utmost care and continue on. But that's it for the most part. We'll catch you next time. There we go.